All right, let's dive in. We're going to tackle one of the most critical and honestly one of the most stressful parts of running a business, mastering your cash flow. And in the next few minutes, we're not just going to talk about the problem, we're going to give you a real clear plan to solve it.
So does this sound familiar? You look at your spreadsheet and hey, you see profits. But then, when it's time to actually pay the bills, you check the bank account and it's telling a completely different and way more stressful story. It's a crazy paradox, and it trips up so many business owners. This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? You're doing everything you're supposed to do, your clients are happy, the work is great, but you're still stuck in this constant cycle of financial juggling. It is absolutely exhausting, and it is the clearest sign that your cash flow needs some serious attention.
And here's the thing you've got to remember. Cash flow isn't just some boring accounting term. You got to think of it as the lifeblood, the oxygen that keeps your business alive and kicking. Without that cash flowing consistently, even a business that's profitable on paper just can't function.
Okay, so to fix the problem, we first have to figure out what's causing it. So let's run a quick health check. We're going to look at the 4 most common blockers that are probably choking your cash flow. Let's see if one of these sounds familiar.
First up, the classic culprit. Delayed customer payments. You've done the work, you've sent the invoice, and now you just wait. This is probably the single biggest reason so many small firms find themselves in a really tight spot.
And here's the really nasty domino effect. That one late payment creates this huge stressful lag, and it throws your entire financial plan completely off balance. All of a sudden, you might have to pay your own team or your own suppliers late, and you end up spending hours chasing money instead of doing valuable work. It's a really vicious cycle.
Okay, our second blocker is a little more subtle, and that makes it really dangerous. Low margins and all those sneaky hidden costs. It's so easy to think that if you're busy and sales are high, everything must be fine, but that can be a total illusion.
And this shows you exactly why. Those good sales numbers, they can be a mask for a really weak cash position. If you're bogged down with low-rate projects, they're just draining your time and energy. And meanwhile, costs for things like new software subscriptions or staff are creeping up, just eating away at your safety cushion. So from the outside, your business looks totally stable, but internally, it's constantly scrambling for cash.
All right, blocker number 3 is a real head-scratcher. Growth. I mean, it's what we all want, right? But believe it or not, growing too fast or dealing with those big seasonal swings without a solid plan can be a massive drain on your cash.
I mean, think about it for a second. Hiring new people, buying new equipment, that all costs cash right now up front. But the income from that expansion, that comes later. And that timing mismatch can create a serious cash gap. Your busiest season should be your best, but without a plan, it just becomes your most stressful.
And our final blocker is all about what we call trapped cash. This is money that is technically yours, but it's locked up inside your day-to-day operations where you can't actually get to it or use it.
It's wild, because this cash is hiding in plain sight. It's stuck in all those unpaid invoices, or it's in inventory just sitting on a shelf. Or maybe your supplier terms are forcing you to pay out cash way too quickly. The result is always the same. When an unexpected tax bill hits, what should have been a manageable problem suddenly becomes a full-blown crisis.
Okay, so that was the diagnosis. Enough of the bad news, right? Now for the good part, the prescription. Let's get into the 4-point action plan you can use to take back control and get your cash flowing nice and smoothly again. First things first, let's fix those late payments by being proactive, not reactive. It all starts with setting crystal clear payment terms right from day one. Then, invoice the second the work is done. Don't wait around. Use technology to send out automated, friendly reminders. And you know what? Never underestimate the power of just picking up the phone. A firm, professional call works wonders. Next, let's get those margins healthy. This slide is so important. It shows the shift you need to make from just doing busy work to doing truly profitable work. So stop chasing every one-off project and focus on getting retainers. And do a ruthless audit of your expenses. Are you paying for software you haven't touched in 6 months? The goal here is to focus every single ounce of your energy on what actually brings in consistent, healthy cash.
Okay, so to handle those wild swings from growth or seasonality, you need a forecast. And no, don't worry, this doesn't have to be some super complicated, scary thing. Just look at this. It's about planning for 3 simple scenarios. What's the optimistic outcome, what's the likely one, and what's the cautious one? Just going through this process prepares you mentally and financially for whatever comes your way. It gets rid of those nasty surprises.
And finally, let's go unlock that trapped cash. This is all about optimizing your working capital. That's the money you need for your daily operations. Make sure your inventory actually aligns with what you're selling. Go negotiate better payment terms with your suppliers. And please, always have a small contingency fund ready. Just think of it as your business's emergency parachute.
So we've diagnosed the blockers, we've laid out the action plan. What's the big takeaway here? Well, it all comes down to one really powerful idea: taking back control.
And this is the absolute core of it. Managing your cash flow isn't just about surviving, it's about putting yourself back in the driver's seat. When you control your cash, you control your destiny, how fast you grow, what projects you say yes to, and the future stability of your entire business.
So, when we say cash flow control, what are we really talking about? Well, it's pretty simple. It's just the ability to understand, to predict, and to manage the timing of the money moving in and out of your business. This isn't about being a financial wizard. It's just about being a proactive, informed owner who is fully in command.
And look, I really want to leave you with this thought. If you're struggling with this stuff, you are not alone, and it is absolutely not a sign of failure. Pretty much every business on the planet goes through this. The only thing that separates the ones that succeed is how they respond. It's all about adapting and taking action.
So, the question is simple. After everything we've just covered, what is the one thing you are going to change today to start taking back control of your cash flow?